What's up, cultivators? We're back with another CCGO, and today I'm here with Kim Cruse. Did I say it right?
Yes, you said it right.
I kept thinking it was something different. I don't know why. Welcome, Kim. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well myself. So tell me about yourself. Let the people know who you are and what brings you here today.
All right. So my name is Kim Cruse. I'm a singer, songwriter from Woodville, Texas. I'm here in Houston right now and, working on new music. So I'm super excited to talk about that today.
New music is super exciting. Yes. What kind of music do you make?
I do R&B, like R&B soul, the feel-good music.
Okay, cool. The feel-good music. That's awesome. How'd you get into that?
My family, I had singers in my family and I grew up in church. My dad's a pastor. So singing kind of came natural. And over the course of high school, throughout life, it just became more of the thing that I wanted to do.
I see. Yeah. So was there any other thing you wanted to do as a kid? Was it always music, or were you like, I'm gonna be a scientist or something like?
That's so crazy. When I was younger, I always thought that I was either going to be a tennis player or I was going to be a teacher.
Okay.
Because I played tennis when I was younger. And so I was like, I'm going to either be the next Serena or just like an English teacher or something like that.
Whoa, how many people know that about you? Is this some new like undercover stuff you just figure out?
Yeah, fairly new.
Awesome.
That's aside from my family. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Tennis is cool. All that. What is a song you've made that you would say is really impactful that you personally connect with the most?
I think the song that I connect with the most that I've done, I was on a web series called The Terrell Show. And and so on there, I wrote a song called Keep Trying, which was originally supposed to be like a full song, but I ended up being able to have Lalah Hathaway feature on that song. Whoa. And it's just something that we did on a whim. And it was just about just keep trying. Whatever you've lost, it won't be the best. There's more coming up in your future. So the goal is just keep pushing. So I think that's the most impactful. Yeah.
And would you say that's like your overall message in your art is to keep trying, keep pushing? Is your art more for encouragement?
I would say so. Yeah. I would like to think so. I really like the 70s and how most of them wrote their music, and it was all about making an impact and making a statement and just talking about like real true emotions and what people really go through. And so, I try to stick true to that, even though I'm a 92 baby.
Okay. Who's your favorite 70s artist?
Oh, goodness. My favorite is Al Green.
Okay.
Yes.
What about him do you like?
I just like, Al Green was real smooth. I joke with my dad all the time. I tell him if I was alive back then, I would have been his girlfriend.
Wow. That's a bold statement.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. But Al was just really, really smooth. And because he was also kind of like a church guy, he incorporated the instruments that we love that make those songs just like make you feel them in your gut, like the organ and the horns and things like that. So that's what awesome. I love about Al. He was a lover boy too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We gotta love the lover boys out there.
You know. Hey, lover boys.
Hey. Okay, so can you tell me about a time a fan of yours or someone who was personally touched by your music had expressed that to you and how that went? If you've had an experience like that.
Oh, I think the most recent would be I was on my way from a gig in South Carolina, and I was standing in line to board, and there was a girl. She was at the desk, and she just kept looking, and I'm like, who is this? But she asked me to come, and when I went up to the desk, she was saying that she had been watching me since the Terrell Show, and she was really bummed because they wouldn't let her off from work to go to the festival. And she was just in tears because I was there in that line boarding through her gate. And she just talked about how that song, Keep Trying. And then I have another one called Living My Dream, which is, again, about just really, pushing after what it is that you love. So I think that was one that really, really touched me.
What are other song titles you have? Because I want to see if there's a theme here. Because I see Living the Dream, Keep Trying. Oh, you say you make feel good music, so I can see the theme, just the title itself.
So I have a song called Living My Dream. I have a song called Cruise Radio.
Oh, that's cool.
And I have Keep Trying. I have another song. Then we start talking trash. So we get into like the I Don't Need Yous, the actions, the
okay. So
heartbreak song. You know, there's two, one extreme to the next.
So you would say there's two extremes to your music and your artistry. Okay, so what are the extremes?
So there's the side of just encouragement. And then there's also, which I feel is kind of encouraging too, just the songs about being very transparent about the things that we deal with in relationships or anything to do with the feels. And so, you know, relatable music that you can just turn up and cry to or talk trash to.
Crying in the club, yeah. We love to cry in the club.
A little bit.
Awesome. Well, can you give me a little more insight onto what it was like on the Terrell Show? I heard that. I kept it in the back of my mind, but I want to touch back on that. Can you let me know how that was? Yeah,
being on the Terrell Show was really cool. And I tell people all the time that the way he is on the screen is the exact same way that he is on, like, in real life. He's just super tall. But
how tall is he?
I feel like Terrell is definitely over 6. I'll give him like 6'2", 6'3".
So he for sure clears the 6 foot threshold.
Yeah.
Like there's no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Especially for like somebody like me that's like 5'1".
Oh, okay. It's just like
on a good day.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, being on that show was really a really great experience, and it opened up a lot of doors for me because it was at a time where I had just moved away, and it helped me kind of land on some really amazing platforms and in front of some really cool people.
So that brings me to another question I have, which is I want an example of how you turn maybe a loss into a win. So maybe that's an example right there. Maybe you were on a losing streak or something. Can you tell me where you were at in life before the Terrell Show and where you ended up after?
Heck yeah. So before the Terrell Show, I paid attention to my Instagram insights. And Atlanta was like the most popular place after Texas. And so I ended up visiting Atlanta, and I got a gig singing background for a major R&B artist. And I did a few weeks with them. And then the weekend that I decided I was going to move, I packed my car up and drove. And I got 2 hours outside of Atlanta. And the music director called me and told me they weren't going to need me anymore. And so I'm like, crap, I'm this far from home. My family is super excited that it's happening for Kim. And now I don't have the gig anymore. And I just remember telling myself, like, I got to keep going and I have to make something shake. And so probably a week after that, one of my friends tagged me in Terrell's post about Race to the Blue. And so I entered, and they ended up reaching out to me. Wow. So over the course of 10 weeks, it was a competition. And I advanced in the competition every week up until I won. And so it was almost like in the midst of whatever the reward was, it was also rewarding because I was gaining exposure throughout these episodes. And so I was gaining inquiries about bookings in the city, which helped me, sustain.
I'm sure those insights went up at that.
Yes, shut up. And yeah, so that's definitely a time where I was real low and it really turned around.
What would you say is the biggest lesson you learned from all of that?
Just not to give up. And also, you have to believe in yourself past what you see, because sometimes that really can be discouraging. But always keep the goal in mind. Always see who you see you to be and keep that in mind and just keep pushing.
Awesome. So was the Terrell Show your first venture into TV?
Yes.
And have you had any more since?
So it went from the Terrell Show, and then in 2022, I was on The Voice.
That's awesome. I love The Voice. So I haven't watched any recent seasons, but that's awesome that you're even on it. I used to watch with my family all the time. So
yeah,
that's awesome. How was that?
It was really fun, and it was an eye-opening experience, but also, like I say, really fun. You get to wake up every day doing what you dream of doing, from the wardrobe to the media to just rehearsals, band rehearsals, everything.
Did you live on the set of The Voice? Were you pretty much there all the time? How's that work?
In a sense, yes. But we shoot at Universal.
Oh, so you were on the Universal set.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we were at a hotel that was literally maybe 2 miles away. So yeah.
What was your favorite food item? Because I'm a big foodie, so I'm curious. Like, is their food good? I know on sets you're supposed to have food and all that. Like, what was your favorite snack?
I think my favorite snack. I'm a Pop-Tart person.
I love Pop-Tarts. That's a great answer. Great answer. Great answer.
Yes. So we would get on set and they would have these tables with snacks set up. And I would always go straight to the strawberry Pop-Tarts. That was me. Pop-Tarts and tea.
That's awesome. How was it with the other singers and people on The Voice as well? Did you all get along? Did you have any friends you made along the way?
Yes. I really think, and I think probably every season says this, but we were the season that was on the cusp of, we still have COVID restrictions, but we're also weaning off of them. So we bonded because we found very creative ways to still safely break the rules.
That's awesome. So, we'll leave it at that. Yeah, I got you. That's cool. So are you still in contact with them today?
Yeah, we have a group chat.
You have a voice group chat. What's it called?
It's called... So one day we all got in trouble because some people decided to have a party in the hallway. Oh. And so one of the assistants, we had a Zoom and she said, "You guys are the most disrespectful cast." So the name of the group chat is The Most Disrespectful Cast. That
is right on the money. That's perfect. I love when people turn like some negative thing into
lemons into lemonade. Right?
Yeah, lemon to lemonade. That's awesome. Very, very in line with the spirit. That's awesome. Yeah. So I would say after The Voice. Well, actually, who is somebody on The Voice you met, like a celebrity-wise? Did you meet anybody, like any famous judges or anything?
Oh, my goodness. So I got 4 chair turns. So I was actually able to really talk to each coach. So on my season, it was Camila Cabello, Gwen Stefani, John Legend, and Blake Shelton.
Okay.
And I essentially ended up choosing John. So hanging out with John week to week was amazing. I also got to meet Jasmine Sullivan. And when I walked in the room, she knew who I was.
That must
from Instagram.
Yeah, that must have been a crazy feeling.
Yeah, it was so crazy. So yeah, I met some really cool people.
Yeah, how was your experience with John Legend, like working with him?
John is, I think, everything that someone who sings R&B, soul, music, everyone needs a John. Because he's so in tune with the feels and just really making that music that feels good, and even placement with how you sing a song, because he plays piano as well, so he hears different. And yeah, even in choosing him, I felt like John had the most genuine pitch. Mm-hmm. It was about really figuring out who I was as an artist and respecting who I was as an artist enough to say, I'm gonna let you be you. However you want to do it, that's how we do it. Mm. So I feel like John really trusted me, and I trusted him too with his insight as well. So I was like a good matchup. That's
really important to have, especially like he's kind of your mentor in this case. So having that mentor be someone you can trust and fully clash with, I guess, combine with. That's always great. So I'm curious. I know about editing. I'm an editor, okay. And so whenever I look at shows, I'm like, it's like 1 week later, but it's only 1 minute later. So I just want to know, what's the day-to-day like of being a cast member on The Voice?
Day-to-day, especially during blind auditions, it is a month worth of wearing the same outfit every day.
Wow.
Week to week. So let's say Mondays. So Sundays is stage rehearsal. Mondays are show days. Tuesdays are result days. So these are both days that we're there from like 5 a.m. until maybe like whenever we're done, maybe 9, 10, unless you're a minor.
Yeah.
And then Wednesdays, boom, you're right back in there filming your rehearsal with your coach. So you get your new song Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, rehearsal. Thursday, wardrobe. Friday, wardrobe, staging. Saturday, voice lesson, and then Sunday, right back over again.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So that's kind of sounds grueling in a way, but I'm sure it's like since it's art and making art, it's something you love to do. So I'm sure there's the passion still there for it. But that sounds like a full time gig.
It was crazy, but like I say, I mean, hey, this is the life we want. So
you got work for it.
Yeah.
How'd you do in the season? I never saw it, so I'm curious how'd it go for you?
So I made it all the way to semifinals. So top 8.
Top 8.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome. How'd that feel? How was your family? What was the reaction?
My family was really, really happy. It was my dad's first time being on a plane.
Oh, really?
So that was something major. But everyone was so supportive, even in my hometown, especially since it's so small. They had parades for me, and they just really rallied together. They would show up at shows, at taping. So it was cool.
You ended up as like a hometown hero. Huh?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay. And then I guess I got one more question. What are some essential values to your brand that you always follow?
Essential values, number one, integrity. Because I feel like your name will speak for you way before like what a person sees. And also just keeping people around you who are just as integral because they're attached to you. So again, it all goes back on you. So yeah, definitely integrity. That's number
integrity.
one.
Word of the day. Integrity.
Integrity.
Cool. That's awesome. Well, anything you'd like to say to the cultivators and your fans at home before we close this out?
I just want to say hey y'all, and thank you for all of the love and the support thus far. I really hope you like what's to come. I put my heart and soul into it, and yeah, I'm super excited for you guys to hear it.
Okay, I know I just said we're done, but actually, what's to come? Now, what was that? What you got on the horizon? Any events or what's going on?
So I have my single, 2 Hearts, dropping really, really soon. I'm going to be at Essence Fest. Yay.
Oh.
Have a show in Vegas coming up. And we're going to work on a possible tour, hopefully, maybe.
It's in the works. Fingers crossed, y'all. Keep on the hush, though. So awesome. Cool. Well, it's been a pleasure, Kim. Thank you for coming to this CCGO episode. And that's it for today, cultivators. Y'all make sure to check her out. Make sure to tune in for the next episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye.